Expected candidate Ron DeSantis schedules the release of a hype video.
In the face of darkness, you can see that brighter future.
And an appearance with Elon Musk. Heat fans trying not to look too far into the future. As the rival Celtics are down to their last chance. A man in Southwest Florida is lucky to be alive.
Ended up in the water, and that's literally the last thing I remember.
After a gator nearly kills him. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I am Paloma Pimentel.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Today is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023.
Live from the FIU Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Hinting at a presidential run for weeks now, Florida's chief executive has scheduled an announcement for later today. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce his running for the presidential candidacy tonight. The presidential announcement will take place on Twitter following an online conversation with DeSantis and Twitter owner Elon Musk. Florida First Lady Casey DeSantis teased a short video showing the expected launch of the governor's 2024 campaign for president.
Is it worth the sacrifice? America has been worth it every single time.
DeSantis will kick off this event in his hometown of Dunedin, Florida.
A school in Miami has moved a historic poem written for President Biden's inauguration out of an elementary school library. Miami-Dade County Public Schools ordered the poem, "The Hill We Climb," be moved to the middle school section. According to the Florida Freedom to Read Project, the parent of a student at Bob Graham Education Center claimed the poetry indirectly contained hate messages. Amanda Gorman, America's first youth poet laureate, reacted on Instagram, calling it a violation of the kids' free thought.
Severe attack for a man in Southwest Florida. As the network's Juliana Restapro reports, the man lost his arm in an encounter with a gator near Fort Myers.
I didn't lose my life, lost an arm. It's not the end of the world.
It's the attitude, the outlook on life that stands out about Jordan Rivera. Despite being laid up in a hospital bed with wires all over, he's counting his blessings. His mother is too.
That's the best thing, is that I have him. Like, yes, arm gone, very traumatic, but he's here.
An alligator attacked Jordan early Sunday morning, biting off his right arm, nearly taking his life.
They got my elbow, so I don't have an elbow, but I can still move my arm around and whatnot.
Jordan doesn't remember much of what happened. What he does recall is that the bar he was at, Bandito's in Port Charlotte, was busy, and the bathroom line was long, so he walked to the pond out back.
I just saw a little lake, just trying to go over there and just, take a little pee or whatnot. Something happened where I either tripped or something, the ground below me kind of just went down, and I ended up in the water, and that's literally the last thing I remember.
The next time he opened his eyes, he was here, in the hospital. It's when he found out the gator ate his arm.
And I was like, whoa, I was just, because I woke up and I was just sitting here, and I looked over, and then I saw my arm the way it was, and I was like, ooh. It kind of just feels like my arm just there, but not there.
If you think his story is crazy, you're not the only one. Try telling it to the guy who's living through it, but remembers nothing.
It was just the craziest thing. It was almost out of a movie.
A movie that could have had a terribly tragic ending, but instead turned into a story of heroes. People at the bar rushed down to help Jordan, pulling him from the water and putting a tourniquet on his arm.
I call them angels that were there that saved his life. The chances of someone being there with a tourniquet, to me, it's a miracle that he's here.
The story has captivated people all over Southwest Florida, but also stirred up the rumor mill. Some people online claiming he was feeding the gator.
It's completely not true. They don't even serve food at that bar, so how would I couldn't have served the gator food.
Instead of spreading lies, Jordan would rather spread awareness that Florida's prehistoric predators aren't playing games.
I just show him my arm, like, hey bud.
Juliana Restrepo, South Florida Media Network.
An emergency landing by a plane on a Central Florida road. A small airplane had to make an emergency landing on that small road near Orlando. No one on the plane or the road was injured by the incident. The plane caused traffic to be blocked and resulted in drivers having to detour the area.
Miami International Airport this morning finds itself on a list of 12 U.S. airports that are about to receive a piece of $100 million in federal money from the FAA. It's part of the administration's Runway Incursion Mitigation Program grant. The money goes toward fixing lighting and taxiway problems in an effort to avoid planes making close calls. And speaking of air travel, CNN's Ivan Rodriguez takes a look now at the upcoming Memorial Day rush.
Memorial Day weekend is considered the unofficial start to summer, and with it, the start of a busy travel season.
This coming weekend, we're expecting to see levels we haven't seen since before the pandemic. FAA is projecting more than 51,000 flights on Thursday alone.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says even though this weekend will be a test of the system, he's confident airlines will be prepared. He said the department is collaborating with airlines to reduce congestion, and when things go wrong, pressure them to improve customer service.
Cancellation and delay rates were at unacceptable proportions last year, and it's important that that not happen again.
More than 42 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more from home over the holiday weekend, a 7% increase over 2022, according to AAA. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says the industry as a whole has done a good job to prepare for this summer.
And at United, we have 10% more employees per block hour than we had pre-pandemic.
Secretary Buttigieg said earlier this month, in terms of air traffic controllers, the government is still about 3,000 short, but are planning to hire 1,500 this year. For Scott Kirby, that remains one of the greatest concerns.
What we really need is the FAA reauthorization bill to authorize more funds. It's not their fault, by the way. It's a 20-year problem.
While most travelers will be driving to their destinations, car travel is still expected to be down slightly from pre-pandemic levels, with gas prices higher than 2019 levels, but still lower than this time last year. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Beach brews with something new on top. The network's Jennifer Rivas took in some of the excitement on Deerfield Beach this past weekend.
South Florida's largest beer fest on the beach is back on their 6th annual Ocean Brew and Beer Fest with a selection of over 140 craft beers, live music, and more on Deerfield Beach. The Ocean Brew and Beer Festival has become a most attended event for beer enthusiasts, foodies, and those who simply want to have a great time by the beach.
I think it's important for the economy and also to support the small businesses that are going to these places to show themselves. It feels safe, it feels cool, relaxing. It's nice.
More than a dozen local food truck vendors joined to the beer fest on Saturday afternoon, such as Don Tacos and Ceviches, Gringas Arepas, and That's My Dog.
Enjoying this nice place with a beautiful beach behind and this beer contest, or I don't know how to call it. I really like the Funky Buddha. Yeah, that's my favorite. Last flavor that I have in my mouth, the Michelada Piña, is very good.
Over 2,000 people has joined to the South Florida largest beer event on the beach. But it's not just about the beer. The beer festival is unique in a number of ways, from its oceanfront location to its diverse selection of food, vendors, and breweries to the live music. But most of all, it was a family and dog-friendly festival free for everyone. While some people were having one beer at a time, others were too excited and did not want to wait.
Maybe 15 already. I don't know. We started from the beginning. Maybe 10, 12.
Beach and beers were the perfect match to enjoy the day. I'm Jennifer Rivas for Coupling News.
The Marlins are trying to avoid hitting rock bottom out in the Rocky Mountains.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Contorting is Jimmy Butler.
Two South Florida teams are trying to close out their Eastern Conference Finals series. The first attempt was the Miami Heat's last night at the Kaseya Center. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
Seize the day. The Boston Celtics fight for their playoff lives, doing everything they can to avoid the embarrassment at the hands of their rivals, the Miami Heat. Miami cruised to a 128-102 win in Game 3 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead, but it was a different story last night in Game 4.
Jimmy Butler dropped a team-high 29 points for the Heat, but an offensive explosion in the second half by Jason Tatum secured victory for the Celtics. Tatum finished with 33 points on 14 of 22 from the field. Boston still faces an improbable road to the finals. The Heat are still one more win away from punching their ticket to the 2023 NBA Finals. Final score, Boston 116, Heat 99. The Panthers will get their chance at a series sweep against the Carolina Hurricanes. The game is tonight at 8 on TNC. A win and they are off to the Stanley Cup Finals.
After a 2-game skid, the Miami Marlins fell short yet again against the Colorado Rockies last night. Things started to look promising after outfielder Jorge Soler delivered a solo home run in the first inning. The Rockies fought back with a 4-run inning in the bottom of the 5th, resulting in 3rd loss in a row for the Marlins. You're watching SFMN Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Kelly Sanchez.
I'm Paloma Pimentel. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.